What up, Matt Wyatt here. Auburn and Ole Miss played each other 2 weekends ago. They didn't play last week, so both teams had an open date. So why not take a look at the highlights from the Auburn-Ole Miss game, how it happened, how Ole Miss didn't get it done at home, how Auburn did get it done on the road.
Early third down in a scoreless game, 2x2 receivers are going to try to go to A.J. Brown in the slot on a hitch, but it's a low throw. So it looks like should be easy completion, just a low throw, so you got to figure out what might have caused a low throw. What it probably boils down to is two coming in the middle. You can only block 6 because the back is staying in. With 2 linebackers coming, you have enough. It's 6-on-6 protection. But one gets right in his face, and you can see quarterback is looking at that middle pressure, and they don't have any kind of in break or adjust on the fly in the route. And if you go back and look at Davis, 57, the linebacker, again, he's the first to get in there and take on the back, and watch what he does. It's a heck of a move. He just hurdles the back, so he's free to the QB. And right here, Ta'amu senses that, and this, along with this in his face, is what forces a poor throw, just lets it go low. So Auburn comes back, offense get a big play into the boundary on 3rd and 15. 5 coming, including pressure off the edge. It's blocked up, and a nice throw. A couple things working right there is he's choosing to read into the boundary the 2-man route. They've got him stacked, and so the route is top is running the corner route. Underneath is going to go there, try to hold that corner up and get that deep throw you need on 3rd and 15. The other thing is the coverage. You see on the snap, 4 down with their hands down, all coming, and a 5th, which is that nickel coming off the edge. And with that happening, safety's going to rotate back to the middle. Safety's going to rotate up, and it's man all the way underneath with a free safety on top. If you look at the quarterback's eyes on the drop, he's watching the safety drop to the middle, knows it's man. I think he's also checking to see that linebacker takes his back out of the backfield, because if another comes, he can't block him. So he's got to make sure he's got enough first. Now you see his head flip around, and now he's reading that top side of the field, and that's because the back is now going to chase the running back. That's his responsibility in man-to-man coverage. So now his eyes go up top, and that's the corner, which is that outside defender who's either got to drop back and leave him open underneath, or if he stays up even a little bit, you're going to hit him on top. He stays up enough with the route in his face that even though he turns and tries to find the football, it's too late, and you get a strong throw on the sideline for a first down. So then they're going to get a little play action down here on the goal line and get the back open in the flat, hit him for a touchdown. Looks easy, and this is really all about the design. It's a smart play design. You can see 3 receivers bunched on the edge of the formation. Ole Miss giving them a man-to-man look in some shape, form, or fashion. It means that, people are going to run. So on the snap, watch that edge receiver. You see him immediately go this way as if there's the possibility for a reverse. And the defender who has him has now got to try to sift through his own players to run with him in the man-to-man responsibility. And what that does is it sort of picks off the linebacker in the middle who has the back in a man-to-man responsibility, and you get them crossed up here to get a guy open. So what you see is 15 for Ole Miss looking this way because that's his guy, even though he's not getting it at the moment. The linebacker who would have this running back in a man-to-man responsibility gets caught looking at the play fake, and now when he is going to turn and look to try to run, he runs in to have to run around a guy and underneath one of his own players, and now his guy's open in the flat, and he's just too far away and can't get there because you got the other guy running in man-to-man with a runoff. So it's a really nice play design. Late second quarter, 1-score game, Ole Miss knocking on the door, but edge rush of Auburn going to beat that left tackle and sack quarterback. And really biggest issue here is, you need 10 yards. You're in 3rd and 10. So you've got 2 longer developing routes trying to get past those sticks. And at about the time quarterback is going to set those feet, receivers are not quite completely into their route yet. You're already going to get that pressure, that speed rush off the edge. And so at this point, he can't read downfield. He's got no choice but to try to get away from the end, and it's bottled up.
Close game at halftime. Neither offense really able to get going too much in the first half. The third quarter belonged to Auburn on offense. Jarrett Stidham threw the ball well. They hit 2 or 3 quick scores and stretched the game out.
Similar situation and rotation into man-to-man coverage as we saw earlier, bringing that nickel off the edge. This time, though, Auburn reads it on 1st and 5 and throws the slant and get one missed tackle, and it's a big play. So you go back and look. Again, earlier you had 3rd and 15, and with the defender coming off the edge, secondary rotating into man-to-man with one guy back, he chose to stay in there and read the 2 receiver side down the field because he had to. This time it's only 1st and 5, and they're across the 50. So knowing that it's going to be picked up, same thing's happening as middle linebackers looking to run with the running back in man-to-man. This time he's going to read this side because he knows he only needs 5 yards. When the linebacker leaves to go try to cover the back, leaves the middle of the field wide open, easy throw. And that's a case where you got to be in the right position, limit the damage, as opposed to miss tackle, and you kind of expand on it. So Ole Miss put a nice drive together, and on 3rd and goal, trying to cut the lead back to 1, but Auburn brings a blitz, sacked the quarterback, and forced the field goal attempt. And what's going on here, if you look, it's 3 by 1 receiver. They've all got a man-to-man responsibility. Nobody here. So just count the numbers. This is on the quarterback who's got to read this. You have 5 linemen and 1 back staying in, so you can block 6. And on the defensive side, they're in a 3-4, 3 down coming. 2 stand-up ends, now that's 5, and both of the linebackers, which is 7. So it's 7 defenders here versus 6 blockers, no help in the middle of the field. It's a classic must throw a hot route somewhere because you don't have enough to block. And what you see, the running back picking up 1 linebacker, but he can't pick up 2. And so somebody's got to throw hot. You don't have enough to block. So later 3rd quarter, Auburn expanding on their lead. They run a little sprint draw here, goes out the backside of the back, blocked well. Now he's at the next level, and it's just kind of foot race, and can you beat everybody? And he's able to do that. Although you do get fumble recovery for the touchdown. Let me show you how the play happened. It's a couple things. First, you saw them use the H-back and motion him over here to now. This is definitely the strong side of the formation because you have 2 receivers, a back over here, and now you've motioned the up back as well. This is very intentional against a 4-2 nickel look. So look what Ole Miss does. They see that. The adjustment is the nickel back rotates up, and the safety is going to go back on top. So then to set the play up even further, it's sprint draw, so the quarterback's sprinting this way before he hands it off. So not only is the formation this way, now the action of the play is coming this way, and you're pulling all the defense over here to this side of the field for the cutback. So when the handoff is made, you see you're blocking leverage. There's a double team there, so 3 down, all blocked up to this side. You have linebacker and safety all looking play side. And then the final nail here in the defense is that backside linebacker who steps up. Watch him see this action and now try to skate behind and come this way too. Now he's trying to sift through all these players to get over here while the ball's coming right where he's losing the contain. You get a runoff up top, room for your running back. Nicely designed pre-snap, gets him to the next level, and then it's a foot race, and he just outruns everybody to the end zone. So later, desperation time, 3rd quarter, Ole Miss going for it on 4th and 3 in Auburn territory. Looks to the slant, comes back, not there, keeps the football, and you get tackled for loss on 4th and 3. There's a couple things working right here if you look at the play versus the coverage. First thing is obviously singled up man-to-man into the left side of the field. 4 down linemen for Auburn, 2 standing up and another edge defender. So it could be nickel or linebacker, but it's kind of like a 4-3 defense with a safety back off the screen here as well as the 11th defender. So look at what Ole Miss is running here. They're swinging that back out there for a screen on 4th and 3 if the read gives you that, because the 3 receivers up top are blocking, they're not running a route. So assuming that then the read for the quarterback are those next level defenders, do they blitz? Well, if they obviously blitz, you're going to immediately throw that out there to the back and let him try to make the big play. but pre-snap could have told him he wanted to take this one-on-one back here. He gives it a quick look to that screen side, flips his head, and is now thinking of throwing this slant route that's just been bump covered right there. He doesn't feel like he has a lane to throw the football. Thing though, if you look again, best option on the play was the linebacker didn't get out there. When he flipped his head, he kind of stops in his tracks. If you come back now to this, it's hard to come back to that, but your best chance would have been to swing it and see if he can't break a tackle and make the first down. But you see what he does. Once the slant is gone, now he tries to tuck it and run, and nowhere to go. So the dagger, or what led to the dagger, Auburn up big, 24-9. They're in second 12, and two-receiver route into the boundary, find that hash or inside receiver seam completed in front of the safety. On alignment, at least on TV copy, you can't initially see exactly where the safeties are lining up. You just know that they're back there in what is a 4-3 look or a 4-2 nickel, one or the other. And because it is zoned with a drop corner, is that first defender inside is sort of a flat defender, and that's what allows that number 2 receiver to get loose without being really challenged at the line of scrimmage. And then against a 4-man rush, it's a matter of quarterback seeing those safeties and what lane have they given you to throw the football. Safety hung in the middle, throws it in there in front of him, and you got a big play. I think he's tackled at the 1, but they later scored.
All right, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, let me know about it. If you got a question or comment or opinion, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at Radio Wyatt on both of those. And then also YouTube, Facebook, just /Matt Wyatt Media. Appreciate you watching. Also, thanks to Renaissance Bank for sponsoring these videos. They love SEC football, that's obvious. So y'all let them know, tell them thanks over at RenaissanceNation.com. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.